Hi,
So,
Rory, how are you? I'm good.
long time no see. Thank you for joining our program, Sari. So, first of all, I'd like to ask you, we are wearing the traditional clothes of ASEAN countries. I'm wearing the Philippines,
I'm wearing
Alia with
Achenese.
Aceh, and Hans with Malaysia, right? So, what is the most favorite of your choice among these three or among the 10 ASEAN members?
Okay, among the 10 Asian countries, of course, I have to say Indonesia, but beside Indonesia, actually, I love Philippines.
Oh, you like Philippines because?
Yeah, you know why? Because the only traditional country dress that we can, as a woman, wearing daily is Philippines.
So it's like a ready-to-wear kind of thing, but it is a traditional
Yes.
costume.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Right.
Because of the fabrics too.
Okay.
Because of the fabric.
So before moving on to deeping dive into the similarities of the traditional costume, so in Indonesia you mentioned that it's your favorite costume. Which part of Indonesia that you like the most?
Oh, that's a hard choice.
yeah. All of them are good.
But because I'm from Aceh, so
Oh,
I represent.
I love what Arya wearing is Darabaro.
Oh wow, that's quite subjective,
so
isn't it?
you call it Darabaro.
Yes.
Ah. But this is very comfortable. This is one of the traditional outfits that is very comfortable to wear. There's no such thing as heavy headpiece, so you can wear it, until
Maybe
night.
because it's used for dancing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it has to
For
be like
kesamaan.
really comfortable.
All right.
We can sit, we can
Yes.
jump, right, Alia?
We can fight with this.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
So, Sari, what do you think about the variety of traditional clothing among ASEAN countries? I mean, you mentioned that Malaysia is nice, but what do you think? Is it the costumes of these ASEAN country members? Can they actually be something that is more, how do you say? We have to preserve all the costumes, but what do you think of these costumes in today's world? I mean, is it still fashionable? Do you think that people need to wear them more, especially the youngsters?
Okay, if we are talking about fashion, so it has to be the trend, which is the traditional costume is not a trend, it's not fashion. The traditional costume is a costume. So it means there are no trends in it, right? So it goes like that every year, like from over the decades, from the very beginning of the countries up until now. So it's been like that forever. So if we wanted to make it more fashionable, it is, so that the young people can be proud of wearing it too.
Yeah, I think it's
I
one of
like
the efforts
batik in
that
Indonesia, right?
Indonesian women now have been doing, especially here in Jakarta, because there's an event called Jagantara in one of the malls in central business district in Jakarta. So it showcases traditional clothes of Indonesia with modern touch.
And the women are also
It's called
wearing
Jagantara.
All right, Sari, this is Han speaking from the studio. If we're not talking about ASEAN Day, we are commemorating the ASEAN anniversary. There are 10 ASEAN members, and we're actually sharing more or less quite some items and also some heritage in each culture. Can you actually pinpoint the similarities between these traditional costumes? I mean, let's say from the Malayan area, like Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei, we share quite the same culture, food, and also traditional costumes. And in Indochina, what is actually the key differentiator, or what are the differences?
Okay, the similarities actually, first, it's modest. We tend to cover our skin. If you guys see, all of those 10 countries, they cover the body perfectly well, right? And the second is layering. Layering, just like what Alia is wearing. we wear the songket over the pants, right?
That's true. Covers even
Right,
more.
yeah. And then there's also Malaysia, yeah. Malaysia wearing the selendang, right? And there's also the selendang, the songket over the top. Yeah. And the third is the heavy fabric materials
Yeah.
and heavy ornaments, right? Heavy ornaments and woven songket, silk, embroidery. We play with the lace too, right? Or even cotton. I went to my Myanmar. I went to Myanmar and I wore the long yi dress based on cotton material. So, actually, that's can be worn daily, by the way,
I see.
from the Myanmar.
Wow. Yeah.
That's my picture. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that picture. And
So-
also, probably one thing also distinctive about ASEAN traditional costumes is the heavy headpiece. It's very regal. It has to be very regal and very kingdom-ish.
Talking about padangs.
Yeah, talking about from West Sumatra or even from West Java. We have that certain headpiece, and also in some other parts of ASEAN. Is that also the thing that differentiates us in the region than the other region?
Yes, because we have so many ethnics, right? So yes, we are very rich in culture. So I think that's why Indonesia
Sari, unfortunately, you're breaking up.
had am I in?
Yes, we can hear you now. Please continue.
Okay. So yes, that's why Indonesia is very rich, right? We are the only country that's super rich. We have so many headpieces. Just like, from Sabang until Merauke, yeah.
Yes.
Jadi, so yeah, there's a lot, and we should be proud of it.
We
Yeah,
are.
right. So-
We are indeed. Super
Sari,
proud.
one of the ways to make this traditional costume relevant to today's generation is by making it more modern and contemporary. But there's also a dilemma that if we make it contemporary, it is feared that it will erode the sanctity of the national costume and the real meaning of the national costume. But if we don't do that, then the younger generation wouldn't be interested in wearing that. How do you see this as the evolvement of traditional costume? Does it have to be like contemporary so the young generation will be relevant to that, or we have to keep its sanctity as it is?
Usually, from the knowledge that I've known, the sacral, the how do you say it? Sacral. in
Sacred.
English?
Sacred.
Yeah, the sacred thing is in the motifs, in the pattern.
Oh,
Yes. So, but the silhouette, it should be fine. For instance, the áo dai. Áo dai is from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Áo dai is very sexy, by the way. The slit is super high.
Yeah.
It's high slit. It's just like baju kurung, but with super high slit.
Yeah.
That's why women there wearing with pants, with the pants.
I see.
But they have the embroidery from the flower of Vietnam. So yeah, that makes it more pretty and more sacred, and also just like us, just like motifs in Sumba motifs, Sumba motifs, or motifs in Padang, right? Songket in Padang. There are some stories behind it that which cannot be replaced, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
cannot be forgotten.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're.
So,
yeah.
All right. Oh, Sari, thank you very much for
Thank
joining
you so
our
much.
show.
Okay,
I'll
so
go-
she was mentioning about Wastra Nusantara. I mean, the
Exactly.
fabrics, the story behind the patterns and the materials that the traditional costumes are about. But I mean, as we can see, also she was wearing jumputan. I mean, it's from Palembang, right? And on the daily basis right now, we wear batik. We also wear some kind of an outfit that was made of from woven, gold woven patterns of this songket. I mean, made into you know, suits
Appliques.
or just the applications on the fabric itself or on the clothes. So I mean, that's also preserving the culture.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Sari because it doesn't matter how the cutting will look like as long as you preserve the motif of it. It really applies to batik of Java. For example, I'm from Java and we've got like Sidomukti, Parang Kencana, and other sacred motif of batik. It should be preserved that way, but when it comes to the cutting, when it comes to how you apply it into your clothing style, it doesn't matter as long as the motif and the sanctity of the motif is still there.
And I agree
Even on
what
the
she was
bedsheets.
saying, that she loves the traditional costumes from the Philippines because it's actually wearable from day to day.
Yeah,
Like
right.
from the Philippines for girls.
Look
they
at
have,
this.
Yeah, but on Tagalog you can actually wear
daily
it
basis.
to the office daily.
Exactly.
Or for the ladies you have Filipiniana or Maria Clara or something like from Vietnam. They have Ao Dai. Ao Dai, like what Sari was actually mentioning. If you go to Vietnam, actually you can still find ladies roaming around just doing the daily activities in Ao Dai.
Right now, we have ladies roaming around wearing kabaya. That's also one of the things.
I want to see
Indonesian
more of
people
that.
are trying to
Wow.
conserve.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're trying to
Traditional
mainstream kabaya into
Yeah.
our daily lives, right? Okay.